Hey, what's going on, guys? This is Steve with Coffee N KOs. It is Monday, January 18th, and it's just time for another episode of the Morning Grind. So, we're coming off of Max Holloway versus Calvin Kattar, which just took place a few nights ago. And man, this was just an incredible fight. It absolutely blew everyone's minds. We saw a different version of Max Holloway fighting with a massive chip on his shoulder, just came out, broke all the records. He had 750 strikes thrown. He landed over like 400 of those. The dude was just an absolute animal. He just brought the energy. He brought his A game, and man, he was looking to prove a point 100%. And then on the flip side there, unfortunately, Calvin Kattar is kind of on the wrong side of history on this one. He did not look great in that fight. He took a ton of damage. That's really the only silver lining here for him was his ability to not get finished, which that could have definitely been stopped by the ref around round 3 and even going into round 4 and round 5. I don't think anyone would have batted an eye if that actually was called, but extreme toughness. He did have a few moments in there where he was landing the jab pretty good. He landed a couple of big shots, but just was never able to really put anything together after that. And then it was more of like I'll give one, and then Max comes back and gives 20. So it just didn't really work out for Calvin Kattar, but I really wanted to talk about what's next for both of these guys because they're both obviously super relevant in the division. First off, Max Holloway, he's getting the next title shot without a doubt. It's not even close. And I think even if Ortega Volkanovski, I know that fight was just booked for UFC 260. Had that not been booked just recently, I think we'd be looking at Max Holloway getting the trilogy fight against Volkanovski. So basically, Max is going to have to wait. I know that he's all fired up. He's trying to fight as the replacement for the Poirier-McGregor fight, but no, he's going to have to wait on this one. So we'll see what happens between Volkanovski and Ortega. But essentially, he's the next guy up without a doubt. He just came out there, proved everyone wrong, and he's going to get that title shot. He has a very good chance if he puts in that work again. He's going to be your belt holder at the featherweight division, and he's going to be just a terrifying opponent for anyone because he's 29 years old, still hitting his prime there, and a lot of people will be in trouble facing Max. So that's where he stands. He's totally fine. He just made his comeback. But Calvin Kattar, this is going to be a really tough loss for him. So when you look at his UFC career, yes, he has a couple of big wins. Jeremy Stevens, Dan Ige, not super great, tough opponents, but still solid competition. And now you look, he has losses to Max Holloway, to Zabit, to Moicano. Those are the elite level competition. So unfortunately, it kind of seems like where we know where Calvin's at right now. He's still at number 6 in the rankings. And we kind of put together a short list of the fights that we want to see him go to next. I know he'll probably be recovering for probably 6 months or so. Maybe he'll catch another end of 2021 fight. So on that short list, number 7, Josh Emmett. I think that would be a really good fight. I believe in his last fight, he went to war with Shane Burgos, which is a common opponent that him and Calvin share. Outside of that, Yair Rodriguez, I know he just got suspended. He's your number 4 ranked fighter in that division. Originally, he was supposed to fight Zabit. Zabit, I think, just came out recently, said he wants to fight actually earlier this year, like in April. So I don't think the Yair fight's really going to make sense. But I could definitely see Kattar fighting Yair. But I think the number 1 fighter that makes the most sense would be the Korean Zombie, who's currently ranked number 5. So Korean Zombie just went out, had a tough loss against Ortega, who just basically had a chip on his shoulder as well and just made his comeback. Now he's fighting for the title against Volkanovski. So Korean Zombie took a step back. He was on a nice winning streak. And now you see Calvin Kattar's in a very similar position where he's fighting Max Holloway. A lot of people thought he might have won that or was going to win that fight, but Max blew him away. So both of these guys, the Korean Zombie and Calvin Kattar, kind of take a step back. And I think that would be a really great fight. 2 great strikers, 2 tough as hell guys. That would probably be the fight to make for Calvin Kattar. So that's what's next for both of these guys. If you want to share your thoughts, who you think that they should fight next, drop it in the comments below. And you were getting warmed up here. We got Chiesa Magny on Wednesday, and then the huge UFC 257 card is coming up in less than a week. So we're super excited.